New Year! Happy New Year! Welcome to 2024. Now, with this year, man, we got to really pay attention to good advice. So welcome to the 9th episode of Good Advice. Here on this episode, there is a man who's being interviewed and he's asked, what would you tell your younger self? Now, before we get into this, I got to ask you guys, why do you think I put this on Good Advice? Have you heard any type of advice like this before? And is there anything you can learn from this advice that's being given? Now, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel, especially when you get out of a relationship, because dating is different. So, with that being said, let's get right to it.
Advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't get married. You're free, man. You're free in the world, so don't get married, please. Forget about population. It will grow automatically. Don't get married. Don't lose your freedom and individuality. And your pride, man. You're a man. You're always wanted. I'll tell you. You're always wanted. But once you got it, you're jailed.
Look, homie said,
Wow. Once you got it, meaning once you get married, you are jailed. Damn. Whew. You know what? As a man who's been married and divorced, I can tell you, he's exactly right. You feel like you're jailed. And it's more of like a torture type of thing, right? Because I know women, listen, be honest with y'all. I love women. I love women to a fault, to where my dumb ass keeps jumping into relationships thinking that it's going to be something different, right? And I know, and the reason I do that is because I know that there's a good woman out there, or good women out there, right? So I just keep saying, well, damn, all right. I just chose wrong again, right? Now, I'm 38 years old, and I'm about 6'3", 6'4", about 210. So let's just say I'm in shape. I'm 6'3", and I don't have a problem getting women. Now, I said all that to say this. How the hell do I keep picking the wrong woman? Well, that's because women are heavily influenced by what they're watching on social media. And when they're watching it, it's hitting them in the emotional spots, right? So much so to where they think that what they're looking at is real. So they're making the man stress out and have to work even harder, right? You heard this man just say, hey, you're jailed. Keep your individuality. Now, why is he saying that? He's talking about peace. If you don't know peace, then it's going to take you a while to get there. But let me tell you guys this. Peace allows you to create. Peace allows you time to really get some things done, to really think things through. For instance, when I am doing basketball training, right? Like, the focus that I have on being able to prep before the training session actually happens, like what dribbling drills are we going to actually work on, because the training that I do, I specifically work on scoring, right? Like, you have some guys that work on whatever they work on. My thing is scoring, being able to score under the basket, being able to score in front of the basket, being able to shoot, being able to create your own shot, right? That's what I focus on. So that's what I'm teaching. I'm saying that to you guys because when you don't have peace, you don't have that prep time to get done what you need to get done in order to help others. Now, he said the population is going to grow automatically. Now, he's right, but the majority of people really feel like being in a marriage will actually help. And I can't say that it won't. I'm just saying that I haven't really seen it. Like, I'm not around a lot of people that are married, and let's just go ahead and really say it, happily married, right? Now, I understand it's extremely impossible to be happily married. Because if you don't understand why you're married, right? This is duty. This is work. We're going to take care of kids. We're going to take care of home. We're going to take care of each other. When you have somebody that you've entered the game of survival with, and they are selfish, it's going to be real hard for you to make it to the finish line. And when I say the finish line is being able to vacation, to go off and enjoy your life out in the sunset, right? Like stress free, right? Because you did all the fighting, you've done all the struggling. Wait, before we continue with this video, I need you to do me a huge favor. Like this video, then subscribe to the channel. After you do that, hit that notification bell for more videos like this. All right, let's get back to the video. Struggling. Now you've made it to the end of the game. You survived all the traps. You survived all the pitfalls, all the distractions, and now you're at the end. But this guy is giving advice. And I learned a little bit of something, right? He's saying, don't get married. Now, when he's saying don't get married, he's talking about the stress, right?
To love me, done begging him to spend time with.
He has a different level of stress than me because he's older. Now, me personally, I'm looking at relationships now and I'm just kind of like, man, what is the purpose? To raise children or to make children? Women have really changed the game, right? Like, you know, everybody talks about women not being accountable, but it's further than that. It's beyond that. Like the delusion that they have now is like, it's crazy because they're unsatisfactory. Like you cannot satisfy them. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you are. It does not matter how much money you have. You cannot satisfy them, right? And I'm gonna tell you, some of the most stressing or want to make you pull your hair out conversations that you're going to have on a daily basis is, what do you want to eat? That will drive you nuts. It will drive you up a wall. I'm telling you, because you're gonna get to a point to where you're like, you know what? When she asked me that, I'm gonna name these 5 things. You may even say, I'm gonna throw out 20 things. You know what she gonna say? She don't want none of that. She don't want none of it. None of it. And you're gonna be angry because you gave this woman 20 solutions to her problem and she didn't want none of those. It sounds like life is more fun, it's more interesting outside of marriage, right? And sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't, right? I mean, it's, you know, it's that effect where it's like the grass ain't greener, but sometimes it is, especially when you guys let yourselves go, because men let themselves go too. But when a woman lets herself go, or let's say it this way, when the sex is removed from the relationship, but you can't go have outside sex, oh my gosh, it is torture. Torture is definitely the word, because now you're looking at this person and saying, why the f am I with you? This information I have heard before from a lot of different men, because I remember when I first went through my breakup, I went to a jazz festival and I was thinking about doing street interviews, but at the time I didn't have a mic, and you know what I'm saying, I didn't have the things that I do have now. But I was talking to people, right? And so when I would talk to the men, what I found out is that they shared the same sentiment, right? There's always that one woman that they never got over, no matter how old they get. And a lot of them, they're not going to tell you to get married because it just doesn't play out in your favor in the long run. Now, for some men, it does, right? Like, I don't want to take hope away from everyone. But man, oh man, marriage is tough. Like it's literally the hardest thing that you will do in this life. Like, it's the hardest thing, because the divorce, Whew. All right. So with that being said, fellas, the most important things that you want to focus on is yourself, right? Reinvent yourself. grow, evolve, change. How do you do this? Better mind, better body, better finances. This gives you options. It allows you to access to a different type of lifestyle, a lifestyle where you're actually doing the things that you're actually passionate about, doing the things that you actually want to do. Because here's the thing, if you get into a relationship, all right, I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? If I'm a huge Laker fan and I want to go to the Laker games, but my wife doesn't want to go, it's gonna suck, right? Because now she's gonna be jealous. Oh, who are you taking to the Laker game, right? Meanwhile, I'm just like, no, this is what I want to do, right? So a lot of things like that happen. Actually, a better example might be, this woman has traveled to a certain place with another man before, and she doesn't want to go to that place, but this is a place that you have on your bucket list. Now you're not going to go to that place because every time you bring it up, she's going to complain about it to the point to where you like, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to do it. We're all right, I'm scratching that off my bucket list, right? That happens a lot. So again, just take the advice for what it is and understand this was some good advice, fellas, because now in this stripper culture, we have situationships, flings, vacation bays, situationships, right? That's going to cover all of that. And you'll be able to go to that place that you want to go. You'll be able to do those things that you actually want to do. Now, again, when it comes to population and having children, well, I guess we'll have to figure out how to work that, because the population isn't going to grow automatically. Somebody has to, do something in order to have children. But with all of this being said, I got to ask you guys, have you heard this type of information before? And most importantly, was this good advice? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. That means you 2.4. The reason why is because we are now in the year 2024. Wow. That's a huge accomplishment. We made it. If you made it all the way through this video, please remember to hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.